but I got it open.
It's all good. We're live. We're live. Good evening, everyone. This is Geek Posium. My name is Darren Silvers, owner operator of PentaCake.com. Uh, it has been the most amusing week of my life. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, because everyone went to Colossal Con, and like the 6 people who were like super afraid of everything are the ones who got sick, and everyone else just like cool. So I'm just I'm beginning to
uh,
think that maybe it's just people staying away from everything. It's making their immune system weak.
that's what I've been saying. To have an immune system, you got to expose it to stuff.
You have to go outside and do things. Remove the HEPA filters. Well, there we are.
I
Um,
mean, I sit in an apartment most of the time, but I make sure to try to do stuff.
go outside. Yeah. So how was Clausicon Prime? As
I
someone,
can't really, I can't really give a good take because I was only there briefly before and after my panels,
okay, yeah.
and
So,
then I I spent all of Saturday trying to fix my computer at home.
oof.
Because right before my panel on Friday, I spilled beer on it.
Oh right. I was making laptop your drunk jokes for like
Yes,
the entirety of the day.
it worked just well enough to get through my panel, but I spent Saturday just taking it apart and trying to clean it to stave off
Stuff.
the board rotting, and it mostly works now. It
Okay.
like 99. The shift key is a little sticky, but
All right. Well,
it doesn't. All the keys work.
well, I heard a lot of people had a good time. Someone managed to have sex in the hot tub again
Again,
every
it's a tradition.
every year. And I'm just like, how? And people are like, well, I saw people were getting like hot and heavy and heavy petting, so I left the hot tub. I go, no, you don't leave because they're just gonna bang in the hot tub.
Pretty much.
Well, you live and learn, live and learn.
Well, at least someone didn't take their phone into the hot tub.
Yes, they did.
I'm talking about. I'm referring to someone who did it at East.
Listen, my phone has been underwater multiple times. That's the only time I've ever seen it just go. I go, you're joking, right? I've left you in a pot of water once and went, oh shit. So there we go.
It's the chemicals in the water.
Yeah, it
They're
turns
making the frogs gay.
turned the phone dead. Um, let him
Stand
go
by one
by.
second.
Yeah, let him go by.
1 second. Do you need something, Grandpa?
Just gonna go ahead and finagle things by myself for a few minutes here while he does his thing with family. And yeah. So
So yeah, sorry about that.
family.
Yep, I've escaped to Virginia, so
There you are. Um, Speaking of Virginia, I still have heard nothing from Otakon
well, that's
regarding
DC.
panels.
That's DC, but
Close enough. Close enough. Okay, Jefferson.
oh, don't we have? There's some interesting news about There's some. I don't want to use above the law. Crap, above the law is the source, and I'm pissed at above the law at the moment.
Sorry. So
They above the law plagiarized some articles from some lawyers, despite them being lawyers. So I'm pissed at them at the moment.
so they're Joe Biden. Moving on.
So yeah, because of Otakon, seating at the for the DC bar exam is capped,
Extremely limited.
extremely limited, less than half than 2020-21. Excuse me,
Well,
2021.
well, I'm fine with that because really, do we need more DC lawyers?
Do excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
I'm sorry, but there are already so many lawyers in DC, and some of them are senators and congressmen.
Wait, however, isn't DC a universal bar state?
I don't know. I don't think so. Because
Because they're a federal.
they're a federal. I don't know. Maybe. I could not tell you off the top of my head. I know. All I know is this. Otacon's coming up really fast.
They're UBE jurisdiction. So you can take the bar fucking anywhere that's a UBE jurisdiction.
So
that's one of the reason why I'm going to take the Ohio bar is because it's a UBE jurisdiction, and so as long as I do well enough, it just gets waved into Maryland and DC and West Virginia.
There you go. I don't know why all these.
The problem is the problem is Virginia is not, and I primarily intend to practice in Virginia.
Well, sounds like you have 2 bars you have to go through.
Something. The state was founded in 1607 and has common law dating all the way back.
Something. Indigenous people. Something. Murder. Something. Casinos. Something. Fire, water. What?
I was about to say, aren't you? Never mind.
Puerto Rican and Welsh, Irish.
So you're a colonizer twice over.
Something like that.
Anyways.
The point being is that because of this, I laughed because for some reason this was brought up during one of our internal talks at Otakon. I was like, that's weird. Why do I care? Our response was, why do we care? Well, it's sad that we're hurting these people. I go, no,
it's the DC bar's fault.
They should plan better.
Yes, they should plan better. It's the DC bar's fault.
My entire answer. They should plan better.
And there are other places to have a bar exam that weekend, like the DC Armory.
There are literally other places. Do you want to jump into video games?
Yeah, do we want to do KOTOR or Xenoblade or what?
Let's start with Dragon Age.
Oh yeah, Dragon Age.
Which it's just like, hey, the logo's out. Cool.
The logo's out. The name's out.
Yes. There you go. Dragon Age.
It's gonna be focusing on what's his face, the Dread Wolf.
Yeah.
He was cool until he turned out to be the villain.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
For those of you who haven't played a game that's been out for how long has that been? What, 8, 9, 10?
Something like that. I still haven't beat it, but it's long enough. You've had a chance.
You've had more than enough chances.
By the way, Aerith dies. And Snape kills Dumbledore.
Yeah, and
Jesus dies, but 3 days later he comes back. And that's why we have the Easter Bunny.
Anyway, the point of this is, see, I saw this and I was like, okay, cool. We have ourselves a Dragon Age logo. They've changed the original logo a little bit, not too much.
Not too much.
I'm concerned about the color scheme.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Purple is the color of royalty, so
yeah, that was my first thought. Was this is a royalty color?
Hopefully they're sticking to medieval and classical meanings and not other
things. Because Dragon Age Inquisition had a lot of green.
Yeah.
Dragon Age, the second one had a lot of white and black and grays, but had a little splash of green.
I remember a lot of red, but that was mostly
battling the dragons.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also
logo design. Yeah.
The second one was like white and red, same with the first one for logo design.
Yep.
But in game, Hawk had a lot of red highlights to their armor.
Yep. For Inquisition, it was green, dealing with the idea of corruption.
Yeah.
Red was probably the idea of passion and courage through strife.
Well, yeah, through 1 and 2.
Purple,
So,
I don't know what we're dealing with here.
I don't know.
My first thought is royalty. My second thought is Taco Bell.
My first thought is royalty. My second thought is there's an awful lot of purple in the trans flag.
I don't think so. I really don't.
BioWare has been known to do things.
Listen, all
I
right.
like BioWare, but
As long as, I'll say it one more time for everyone, as long as you give me the slider to choose my boob size and my dick size, like if you give me one, I want the other two. Cyberpunk understood this, and while they can't make a game that is stable, they can make every sex scene stable.
CD Projekt Red knows what you want.
A game that's stable?
Well, it's stable during the most important bits.
Yeah. So it's always like, oh man, the game's starting to stutter. I better go have sex with a prostitute. There we go. Now it's stabilized. I don't know why that works every time, but it does. Okay, considering stability, let's go to KOTOR news.
Speaking of BioWare.
Speaking of BioWare and stability issues, so KOTOR has a Switch bundle out.
It saves you no money.
And you can't
play KOTOR 2 until you beat KOTOR 1.
You can't play, yeah. And here's my other issue with this. It doesn't come out till the 9th. You can KOTOR 2 doesn't come out till the 9th of this month, I believe. So you have like a day, 1 day. So even if you played KOTOR 1 right now and you finished, you still couldn't play KOTOR 2.
Yeah, you can't play KOTOR 2 until it's out.
Yep. And then even then, you still have to wait until you beat KOTOR 1. I go, I don't want this. I don't want this. Like, I appreciate the fact that you gave me a bundle. Thank you. You didn't give me a bundle that saved me money. The hell?
Well, the annoying bit is it's bundled, but it doesn't save you money. That's effing annoying. Fuck that noise.
I don't know how that happened or why that would happen. Like
I get it if you buy it in a bundle and it's cheaper but it locks you out of the second game till you beat the first game, because if you haven't played the second game before, if you haven't played either game before, the second spoils the shit out of the first game.
The first one. Yeah. That is an issue. But $2.
Oh, by the way, you're revving in KOTOR 1. Speaking of spoilers. I just ruined one of the greatest games ever for hundreds of people.
Oh, who cares? The other issue I have, it's a very simple issue. It's a very common one. Is you couldn't give me $2 off? $2, like not even a lot. You could just give me $2.
$2 off. It would have been justified.
Done. Cool.
Done.
Thank you.
I would have done it.
Yeah. You couldn't give me $2. Thanks.
$2 off to get me to buy these games for the 5th time. That's all you needed to do.
I would say my 4th time.
Come on, Asper Media. You could have done it.
I would say that.
I bought your goddamn game on iPhone, on Android. I bought the original. I bought the original on Xbox. I bought KOTOR 2 on Xbox, and of course I have both on Steam because BioWare couldn't have been bothered to finish this. It's not BioWare. Obsidian couldn't have been finished to finish the second game.
Yep. Now, what
requiring mods to actually play the complete game.
What I find absolutely hilarious is that I didn't pay for my Android version of KOTOR 1 because it was free on Amazon for some freaking reason. Oops. And so I bought it on the Amazon App Store when they still had an Amazon App Store, and I'm like, doink, mine. That was the end of that.
Wait, they don't have an Amazon App Store anymore?
They probably do. I don't know where the hell it is. I have to go looking for it.
Oh, you have to manually install it, and you have to allow APKs. You have to install a manual installation of APKs.
I'm talking to a guy who has Nutaku games on his phone. I know how to do that already. There's this really good magical girl fighting game thing. The story is very compelling. The sex scenes are confusing. I don't understand why these girls are having sex with me, because I don't think they understand why they're having sex with me.
That sounds like some of the best eroge are not very good porn.
I'm just
They're awesome stories. They're not good porn.
Oh yeah, the story is great. The gameplay is fun. I have no clue.
I have no
clue why I'm having sex with these girls.
I'm looking at you, Fate Stay Night. I'm looking at you, Tsukihime. I'm looking at you, Katawa Sojo.
Looking at you, Nekopera.
Nekopera makes sense.
Coconut is best girl. Come at me.
I'm not even gonna argue. I'm more of a fan of Maple. I like that independence.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
What about me says I would says that?
Moving on. Let's go to.
Anyways,
what's next in video game news?
Do we want to do Xenoblade or War Thunder?
Let's go with War Thunder, and then we'll end with the last thing from the title.
It happened again. It happened again.
My question is, and will continue to be, how in the hell do people keep doing this? Classified tank schematics keep ending up on a tank forum.
On the War Thunder forums. I think I read a comment from the chieftain somewhere saying that he's glad that World of Tanks only does World War II tanks, so he doesn't have to deal with this shit.
Oh,
it just. I feel like a speedrunning commentator from like a couple years ago where all the cheating got revealed. It just keeps happening.
Why? Why does it keep happening? Stop it. Stop it now.
It's happened with Russia. It's happened with French tankers, British tankers. I'm surprised it hasn't happened with American tankers.
I'm pretty sure everything that we've used has already been made public domain from that era. I could be wrong.
There's some new stuff from there's some new stuff that's they're trying to implement in War Thunder, but that's classified.
Oh, good. So I can expect the leak in the forums like a month or two. Good.
But there's for whatever I'm surprised there hasn't been a leak with that shit already. With reactive armor and that shit.
Probably.
All right. Yeah, Chinese tanks. Yeah, Chinese player of War Thunder and linked tank schematics. You would think a Chinese PLA tanker would know better.
No, he got too heated. He got far too heated. All right.
What was the other person saying? Taiwan #1?
No. He was saying. Remember that guy who stood in front of that tank? He could have taken that tank. Tiananmen Square. That guy could have taken that tank. Totally. By himself.
Oh Lord.
And we're banned from China. Writing down China in my list of don't go to countries. Oh, it's in there 5 times.
Were you already banned from China? Because
it's not banned. It's just highly not good.
Didn't Greg get you kicked out of the country last time?
No, Greg got kicked out of the country. I did nothing wrong. Greg ended up being a fugitive from the law for like 24 hours. Yes. So that's the thing. All right.
Anyways.
Time for some good news.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is going to release next month.
it's going to release early.
Yes.
It was supposed to release in September, I believe. It is now being released at the end of July, which means I will have a new game to play at Otakon, hopefully.
I may have a new game to play on the plane to Texas.
Whoa. You still need to finish 2 and 1.
I still need. It's in the they're on the backlog.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't. You don't. Again, Xenoblade is one of those weird things. You don't really need to play it to understand the story. Mostly because I don't understand the story, and I've played both games. The first game was really confusing because I was like, okay, cool. All right. Yeah, I'm like, okay, we're going to go and defeat the machine guys. Cool. Why am I fighting God? Like, I watched it happen. I went, why am I fighting God?
Because Japan.
Like, we went from all machines evil to, machine make pretty hot girl with boobies. They do have cool flying things. We should go punch God. I'm like, what? Why? How?
Where did we go wrong here?
Followed by the world was created by the magnet spinny circle thing, Hadron Collider. And I was like, okay, cool. Spoiler alert. Cool, whatever. Like, that has nothing really to do with the story. I was like, well, that's a weird thing to understand. And then it was referenced again in the second game one. Cool. I don't know. Is this just like the multiverse was created by someone fucking up?
Someone at CERN fucked up.
I think that's all it. So now we have game 3 coming out. And I've been told it's the in between point between 1 and 2. And while
that's great. That's great.
While that may be true, I don't know. My problem will be, and will continue to be, this: does it have a waifu gacha machine or not? Because what made the second game was the waifu gacha machine. I would just run around killing things.
Well, it looks like it's got Kagura waifu in it.
I don't need that in my life. All right.
Why don't you need Catgirl waifus in your life?
You have been to Colossal Con Prime. It's all about maids and cowgirls right now.
I've been over cowgirls for a year.
No. Not cowgirls, cowgirls.
I've been over that for a year.
No. Cowgirls.
It's not the year of the cow anymore.
I don't care.
I've been over this.
It's even better when they have the cowbell and they're wearing like a leather vest and like short shorts and cowboy boots. I go, yes. Cowgirl, yes.
That I might be into.
There we go. So I'm really excited about this. I immediately went to Amazon and pre-ordered my thing.
Of course.
I was like, oh shit! I thought I had a month for it. Dupe.
I need it now.
Pre-order now. Happy birthday to me. So that is the thing.
One day I'll get around to playing those games again.
I'm gonna say this one more time for you. The first game is not that good. You can skip it.
It's not. I've tried to play it and it's like, this is boring. Fuck this.
The battle sequences can be fun, but once you get to a certain point, it's just do. I'm done. Like, I don't have to go through my full rotation before I go, and I killed it, and I killed it, and I killed it.
Trails of Cold Steel 1 New Game Plus with max level is more fun than fucking Xenoblade Chronicles.
That's true.
Fight me.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is a little more fun because, hey, waifu gotcha. So I spent a lot of time running around killing random giant animals because it might have a legendary drop ticket. I'm like, must get legendary drop tickets. And then I used like 20 at a time going, still didn't get the waifu I wanted.
How much money have you spent on Genshin Impact?
Shut up. it was a dark time, and I was trying out the game, and after about $100, I said, "Okay, I'm done." I'm just like, okay, all right. Like I'm like, well, how bad is pity? It's like pity is like 900 things. Go, nope, fuck it,
Nope,
nope. No. If pity was like 30, sure. Pity's too high. Pity too high. Don't care.
Excuse me.
It's all good. All right.
That's why I stopped playing Fate Go and Girls Frontline and Contact Collection in Azure Lane.
I stopped playing Azure Lane because it wasn't fun. I'm playing that one game I showed you.
But Ship Girls.
They are girls who use guns who are part of a secret SWAT team type thing. But they're also high school girls who are part of special clubs.
You were telling me about that.
Yes. Let me.
I forget its name.
I'm pulling it up. It's something blue. Give me the. It is called Blue Archive. Blue Archive. I've also played the Ni no Kuni game, which is boring. And I say it's boring because you can put it on auto and I think auto, okay, cool, it'll just walk me to my next thing. No, it'll do everything for me. The quest, everything. I don't have
serious.
I don't
what?
I don't have to pay that. I don't have to pay attention to anything until we reach a boss battle. I'm like do. Or I have to look down. Oh, this weapon isn't hurting these people. Let me change elements. Done.
What?
That's it. Yeah. It is the Ni no Kuni third game, which is on your phone.
When you make auto battle to auto, it makes things boring.
It does. I mean, the story is good, but like,
it better be good. It's freaking Miyazaki, right?
Yeah. Yep. This is the only game I know that Miyazaki has made. The Ni no Kuni series, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, and the story is really good. Although I'll say this right now, the first game has the best story out of all of them so far. Second game, I have no clue what's going on. I mean, I do, but I also don't. Like, it starts off in the human world and a nuke happens, and then it's like, oh, this guy ended up in Magic Land, and he's like 20 years younger now. And I go, okay. And here's this cat boy. He's your king. You're gonna teach him how to fight.
Okay.
You're gonna make your own land. All right. I'm building my own kingdom, but first you have to get your magical beast. Okay, that sounds cool. I've seen the magical beasts. They're huge. Yours is like 2 feet tall. Fuck me sideways.
Okay. So, Xenoblade Chronicles coming next month.
Yep. The last week of July. Bookmark it.
We've got one more gaming article.
Do we? I thought that was it.
It's France being France.
Oh. Is this because we keep saying fag?
You're the one who said it, not me.
What? A fag is a fag. It's a cigarette. English.
But now, forgetting that French is also a bastardized language, France is banning terms like streamer. Instead of streamer, it's un joueur un direct. And esports is now joy video de competition. Motherfucker, there's 2 English words in that fucking term.
Oh.
But apparently, France has this thing about trying to keep the French language pure.
Yeah, I've been to Canada.
Canadians don't. The Quebecois don't necessarily follow it. Well, they only follow it to piss off other Canadians. But Africans who speak French don't follow this. Belgians don't follow this.
Jamaicans don't follow this.
Yeah. There's actually a difference between Belgian French and French because of the ridiculous French numbering system.
Yeah, I remember that from taking French. The point is this, though. France just likes to piss people off with their language. They always have. And I believe we fought like I believe the English has fought with the French over this for like years.
Yes.
I don't care what they say. It's about land. It's about power. It's about royalty. No, it's about someone fucking up someone else's language. So fuck you.
I mean, English. I'm not sure why people are mad about English screwing up other people's languages. The English is everyone screwing up the English language. That's why the English language is so hard. We take grammar rules and vocabulary from every language.
See, I just thought it was hard because we kind of just made up the rules as we were going.
We also made up the rules as we went along.
I remember I before E except after C, and I went, no.
No, that shouldn't work. But that's English. English doesn't use accent marks. Well, what about words such as fiance? And all these fun French and Italian loan words that do have accent marks.
Ooh. Anyway, let's move on. What else is in the news? Do we want to go to the darkest article of the day? Or do we want to go to something else?
What's the darkest article in the day?
The Ezra Miller one.
Let's get that over with.
All right. Cool.
So Ezra Miller, parents and actors taking control of their daughter. What the fuck? I hadn't read this before. Right now.
All right, so I'm gonna give you the lowdown real fast. So Ezra Miller met this girl when she was 12 years old. She's currently 18, but he met her when she was 12 years old 6 years ago. He was 23. She was 12.
What the fuck?
He was an actor for something, and they became friends. And I went, well, that's weird. And I'm like,
that's weird.
I'm like, friends, like you become friends with a Make-A-Wish kid, or like is she dying?
Is it? I mean, is this like the public portrayal of Michael Jackson, or Razorfist as Michael Jackson is?
It gets worse. So at 14, he's he's part of the Harry Potter Fantastic Beasts thing. So it's 2 years later. She's 14. He's 25. He's part of Harry Potter's Fantastic Beasts. He's doing the shooting for it. And he decides to fly her to London from the United States to London, international flight, to check out the studio and see what's going on.
We're getting towards this is now a federal issue because it's international waters. This is interstate commerce.
Now, for the last 4 years, he's kept in touch. The daughter has been getting increasingly out of touch with the family, became a drug addict, got really weird about their sexual and gender preferences. Everything kind of went awry to the point where the parents are trying to step in and just like, leave our daughter alone. And the daughter's like, I'm 18, can't do anything about it. So is Ezra Miller a child groomer? Yes. My answer to that is just yes. Yes. Because this is weird. This is incredibly weird. Is it okay to be friendly with people who are younger than you? Absolutely. I have lots of people I see at games that I run that are much younger than me. Do I hang out with them? No, because they're under 18. I don't go to the birthdays. I don't go to whatever. I go, oh, thank you. No, I won't go, but thank you for the invite. Why? Because you're 12. I'm 17. Yeah. You are 12. Until the moment you turn 18, you are 12. And then at 18, you want to hang out? Sure, I'm gonna go to my room. If you want to chill, we can chill. But that's hey, you're an adult. That's fine. Like, yeah. Whatever. But this is literally he's flying her off to places. He's visiting her. This is just weird. This is weird. And I have to ask, how much does Ezra Miller have to do before WB just cuts him? Honestly.
I mean, why haven't they cut him?
Because he's trans. It's the only answer I got. All right, he's not a big name. He's not a big pull. He's no Gal Gadot. He's no Jason Momoa. All right.
I mean, it. Why? How the fuck do I put this? They've got bigger names for less.
They have, but the studio is differently run than the executive branch. Generally speaking, the executives don't deal with a lot of the internal studio politics. The studio politics have been very much don't cause waves, don't upset the executives. Now WB, the Warner has a new CEO who is just cutting everything because F you.
Yeah, he's cutting everything left and right. He's cutting entire streaming services. See what happened to CNN Plus.
Goodbye, CNN Plus. Goodbye.
That was actually kind of hilarious.
Now this is another
But,
strike against Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller, who has been caught on tape beating a woman, has a drug issue and is now apparently been courting 12-year-olds. Could it all be innocent? Maybe it is, but it don't look good.
it doesn't look good at all.
It does not look good at all. And
you want to give people the benefit of the doubt, but
this is creepy.
It's getting to the point where court action's being taken.
Yeah, and
the parents are asking for a TRO.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if they can or can't because the daughter is now 18, but I think that they should, and I hope that the court does something here.
What the shit?
It is so weird. Now the daughter pushes back. She says, "I'm an adult. I'm having issues. My friend died. Ezra's been nothing but great to me. Blah blah blah." And my answer was, "Is that from her or is that from Ezra?"
Yeah.
That's all it. Like at this point in time, take a step back, walk away.
Moving on to something happier.
What do we got?
Berserk's continuing.
Is that happy? Is it?
Maybe not. It's not going to be as good as if Kentaro Miura did it.
Yeah.
But
apparently
have you heard the theory about Kentaro Miura?
That all of his stuff worked so very well because he was a really happy person internally, but had really deep, dark thoughts?
No. The theory about Kentaro Miura was this isn't the first time he's died. This is the first time he got caught publicly dying. That was to explain the way why there was always these long gaps in publication of Berserk.
See, it
was like, oh, Kentaro Miura died again. They need to train the next Kentaro Miura.
See, I just thought he went on a drug binge and ended up in a Japanese prison for a little while.
What actually happened was a new idol anime would come out, and we would just lose him to idol anime.
You know, where is Kentaro Miura? He's in the third row with the green and red glow sticks with the pink bandana.
I used to find out when there would be like new idol video games coming out when by just following Berserk forums and subreddits, and I'd be like, oh no, a Love Live video game's coming out in Japan. We're not getting Berserk for another year.
What happened? I got busy. This damn gotcha. Anyway, his friend and colleague will be taking over from this.
Yeah, taking over.
And I'm hoping it ends okay. I'm hoping it works well. I love Berserk. I love the Berserk series. It's gonna be interesting to see this change and this handoff.
Hopefully, it doesn't. What happens to Berserk doesn't happen. Like what happened to Berserk? What happened to Ruby doesn't happen to Berserk.
Yeah.
After Monty Ohm died.
Yeah, that was depressing because I was like, oh, and I was like, well, this series, like, okay, well, the season 4, I think was the last one he had any small bit of impact.
Yeah, he had plans for 4 and 5.
They only did 4. and they stopped it halfway, apparently.
Yeah.
Because they decided,
Oof.
no, we're going to change this for 5. I'm like, okay.
I
And then
liked
5.
I liked 5 better than 4 though, if that's weird.
I liked 4 better than 5 because 5 was just getting the band back together.
Well, after all the shit that happened in 4, especially with like what happened at the end of 4 after they stopped using Hamani's stuff. When they got the band back together, that it's like, okay, we're in a good spot again.
That was for like 4 episodes.
And then I mean, I liked how 5 ended, and then it went to shit after 6.
Yeah, 6 was just one big train wreck.
Yeah, and
one long train wreck.
I haven't really watched since.
Have they made new series? Is Ruby been sold off yet? Come on, CEO at Warner. I'm waiting on you to just kill Rooster Teeth entirely so I can make a cockmouth t-shirt.
They have not killed Ruby off. I think they're coming out with season 8 volume. If they haven't come out with 8 yet, they're coming out with it soon.
Are you sure they aren't just selling subsidiaries to Japan to make better work?
That said, there is a Japanese reinterpretation of Ruby coming out sometime this year.
See,
and you know who's involved in it,
Who?
which has me real excited.
No, not Ano.
Gen Urobuchi.
Okay, I was gonna say not Ano.
Killable. Gen Urobuchi is involved in it.
Okay.
You know, the guy who was a director and writer on Nanoha, the guy who did Fate Zero and whatchamacallit, Madoka.
So we should expect
he knows
real blood.
He knows how to handle female leads,
and we'll see real blood. All right.
Oh so. yes. We know he knows how to do darkness.
All right. Let's what's next?
We have one more article.
All
right. They found a 0-day in Windows, and it's been under active exploit for 7 weeks. All of Windows all Windows versions that are currently supported are affected. So that's 7, 10, and 11.
Last I heard, this exploit is still up. How do I know? Because there has yet to been a single Windows update push for me since this article. So,
I got a push, but I'm in the insider program.
There you go. I am not for this computer or my laptop. I am for my other laptop, but that one is not meant for anything besides like phishing and stuff. It's my security laptop. I secure things. And I check how secure other things are.
It's your lab computer.
Exactly. Now,
I get what you're picking up.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Excuse me. That's the correct phrase. How many glasses of wine am I in? It's been a day.
It has been a day. Yeah. So that is always funny. Now, I'm surprised that one, this hasn't been shut down yet, like at all.
Yeah, it's probably so buried deep into the kernel that they're trying to. Every time they try to fix it, they shut some part of Windows down.
It might be something from the original Windows 7, and that really deep internal kernel processing is still there, and you can't just
you can't toss it because it'll break backwards compatibility
and everything else. It'll just destroy everything around.
The wonderful thing about Windows is it's backwards compatible. The horrifying thing about Windows is it's backwards compatible.
Yeah. On the plus side, and this is the most important part, we have absolutely nothing to worry about regarding anime because season 3 of nearly everything is coming out in the next month.
I'm behind on keeping up on seasons of stuff.
Well, outside of season 2 of this season right now, we're still in the spring season till July. This season right now has been pretty much the season 2 of everything, and like the continuation of rom-com, just constant rom-coms. It's just
Okay.
that's
Never
all
ending
that's
rom-coms.
it's all that's hitting top tens or rom-coms.
Excuse me.
And I do consider Shield Hero season 2 a rom-com. I'm sorry. And the people are like, well, look, he summoned a Shikikomori for himself, and it looks like a raccoon because he used Raphtalia's hair. I go, no, that's their child. That is their child. He made a baby. Like, my response was, that is their kid. He used his DNA and her DNA, and boop, little raccoon kid. Got it.
That's how they got shit past the censors.
Yep. So the Dojins were wrong.
Are they ever right?
Listen, here's what happens. All right, you find yourself a good anime that you like. It has 14 episodes and no season 2. You realize it's been 5 years since season 1, and all you can do is go Dojins. This is now canon.
Don't talk to me about certain shows I like. One of them did get a season 2, but 7 episodes were the same.
Oh Lord. On the plus side, and the part that I enjoy the most is the fact that I have heard absolutely no one bitching and moaning about any of the current season of anything.
I've heard no bitching. All I've heard is good things.
Because, and I'll say it out loud for everyone, Twitter is dying.
Yes.
And Elon is still pushing to buy, even though he's like, listen, maybe I won't buy. And then all of a sudden they sent him that data he wanted.
Wait, they actually did send them the data?
Last I heard today, they apparently sent him the data.
You know why they sent him the data?
Because they don't want to pay him $1 billion?
Not just that. Texas was getting ready to sue Twitter over that data.
Because Texas has really strong marketing laws. You have to be very truthful in your marketing, or Texas will ram their big Texas dick up your ass.
You want to know why they have strong marketing laws? Because when they didn't have strong marketing laws, people got shot.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mess with Texas.
So instead of dealing with the gun laws, it was easier to deal with the marketing laws, and now everyone benefits. Which also amuses me, because everyone keeps talking to me about gun stuff, and I go, you can't talk to me about gun stuff. You don't understand, right? These things are marketed towards people. I go, you've never seen a gun marketing thing in your entire life.
Never in your life.
Not once. Not one time. Soldier of Fortune hasn't really existed.
You haven't been to SHOT Show. You don't know how they market things.
The gun show loophole doesn't exist.
Doesn't it? Dude, every time I've bought a gun at a gun show, it's been
FFL.
It's been through an FFL
background check, whole 9 yards.
The only people who buy things from private dealers, it seems like not private dealers, but private owners at gun shows, it seems like, are dealers. Oh, you have something interesting, I'll buy it from you. Oh, and then they'll immediately turn around and sell it for 100% markup.
Yep.
Otherwise, people just tend to go to dealers because they have the best variety of interesting stuff. The only time you buy something off a private person at a fucking gun show is something that wouldn't be used in shooting. It's something that's really obscure, like French long ammo. Like, oh, I've got this box of French long ammo. Hey, gun Jesus, I've got that French long.
The funniest part about all of this is so cons are dying. Of this, I am certain.
Cons
Cons are dying, and of this I am certain, but only cons that are afraid. Only the ones that are doing the coronavirus extreme stuff that everyone keeps crying for. And then people do it, and then no one goes. And the reason for this is this: the people who are crying for those things are too afraid to leave their house.
Yes.
They won't go.
They won't go
They will
anywhere.
not go. They will not go. All right. I've been trying. When I was dating someone, I was trying to get them to go to a lot of these different shows that had all these rules in place, and they would not go at all because they were afraid of getting sick. My answer was, go out. You'll be fine. Stop listening to your friends. Your friends are crazy. Your friends are nuts, and they are crazy, and they could die. They are really young. I severely doubt.
I'm still wondering how I'm pretty in an at-risk bracket. I've yet to get coronavirus. Now, part of the reason I'm at an at-risk bracket is because the fucking vaccine gave me pneumonia, and I haven't recovered from that yet.
If I am not in an at-risk bracket, one of our fellow panelists, Tom, is in that bracket, and the vaccine for him, he had a terrible reaction to it, so he cannot do that at all. And it's another thing, and they're like, "Oh well, well, what am I supposed to do? Get healthy." Everyone I know,
Get healthy,
who is trying to go out and do stuff, who might they're trying to lose weight. You're trying to lose weight. Tom's trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
A few other people I know. I go ahead, do your thing. Do what you gotta do. Eat less. Do Diet Coke instead of regular. Do whatever you gotta do. I don't really care.
I say get healthy as I pummel an entire bottle of wine, but
it's good for you. They tell pregnant women to drink wine every single time I check.
Well, not pregnant women, but not pregnant women, but women until they get pregnant.
I thought it was pregnant women until like a certain point in the pregnancy.
That
I could be wrong.
It's a glass, maybe, probably not, maybe half a glass.
I could just have a lot of alcoholic women in the family. I don't know.
Probably. Insert Irish and Puerto Rican memes here.
Oh, the Welsh doesn't help either.
I can make those jokes because insert Irish and German memes here. Insert drunk Indian memes here.
Anyway,
Indian as a Native American, not Indian from India.
But this weekend would have been Anime Next, but there is no Anime Next, so I have nothing really to talk about regarding the weekend. I am going to be putting up some stuff on the website in the next week or two. Nothing from our current models, but I've been working on buying content from other creators to get them more exposure and to have content on the website. So, doing stuff. I am
trying to do stuff.
I am trying to make the best of what I can do because of the increase in gas prices. It's very hard to get the models together for a shoot. It's very hard for me to justify doing a shoot at a place where I rent out an entire building for less than a day. If it's only one model, it has to be at least 2 or 3 models, because otherwise, what's the point of me doing this?
Yeah,
that is a thing. Oh,
you're not kidding about fucking gas prices.
Listen, I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm
how bad is it for you up there in Jersey?
Not that bad, because we don't pump our own gas. Our insurance liability is much smaller than every other fucking state. So our gas prices are less than most of the states around us.
How much are they right now?
It's $3.19 last time I checked.
Why don't I believe you?
Well, that's the one near me, and I'm in a city, so it might be more, might be less.
Because I paid fucking $5.
Again, our insurance liability is much less because we don't pump our own gas.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's not like $4.90?
It might be across the entire state as a whole, but in my city right now, that's. I mean, I went outside yesterday. It was $3.19. It might have gone up another 8 cents.
Okay. I something tells me that your mind's just turning a 5 into a 3 because my mind does that as well. Because I just can't believe that's fucking $5.
No, pretty sure. I can double check myself later. But the point is this: is that less because of liability insurance. There is a liability insurance every single gas station needs to
But
have gas.
but at the same time, New Jersey's got pretty hefty taxes.
Yes, but we don't tax our gas.
Okay.
It's weird. We don't tax our gas. We tax our food. We don't tax our clothing.
Okay.
But our tolls are out of control.
Yes, your tolls are fucking out of control.
Yeah, I will say that out loud.
Holy Jesus.
Our tolls are out of control.
They the New Jersey Turnpike makes the Pennsylvania Turnpike look sane.
Why would you go on? Never. First of all, never go on the turnpike. Second of all, never go on the turnpike.
I have to use the Pennsylvania Turnpike to get home.
I mean the New Jersey one.
New Jersey one, yeah, yeah.
If you like paying $50 to drive, go use the turnpike.
Anyways,
any plans for this weekend?
not really. Just enjoying being home.
I am going to be playing God of War on my PS4 because that was our free game for PlayStation Plus this month.
Oh, nice.
That and a Naruto game, a Naruto fighting game.
I'm probably going to be doing homework, and if I'm not doing homework, I'm probably going to be playing Trails of Cold Steel 2.
I will have the Cold Steel 1 walkthrough done this weekend. It was supposed to be done last week, but last week the entire computer shat itself, and I went, that was 40 hours of work down the drain. So I needed another week to get that done, and I was just like, I have all the time in the world, but I really don't want to sit down and do this every fucking day for 8 hours.
For 8 hours, yeah.
Like I can do this in like 2 to 3 hour bursts. That's what I've been doing. Beyond that, living my own life, doing my own thing, and most importantly, I am working on figuring out ColossalCon East because that's coming up really fast.
Yeah, I gotta fucking submit panels still.
You should do that. I have to submit new panels, including one I haven't figured out the name for yet. It's just on the margin. It's Hentai Boobs the panel, and I'm like, that's not the name.
Do we want to submit the panel we've been kind of talking about for over a year?
Did you finish the game yet?
I'll finish the game if I submit the panel.
Then submit the panel and finish the game. Finish the goddamn game. And then I can do the walkthrough for the other game that's not as good. That's the it's the sequel, but it came out before it.
You know where would have been the perfect place to do that panel?
ZenkaiCon?
The con you can't go to.
NecoCon?
No. The one they can't go to this year, but you went to last year.
Matsuri.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, it probably would have if Matsuri didn't end up on the exact same weekend as Otakon.
That is like the worst. It's really funny watching Otakon announcements right now because they're like,
there's nothing there. And you know what's really unnerving is that all the panelists I know who do Otakon normally, they're all like, "There's still nothing here. What's up?"
Yeah, I talked to panelists at ColossalCon who were doing Otakon, and they said we haven't heard anything.
No one has.
We don't know. That
is really unnerving.
How the F with a con that has a notoriously disorganized staff do I have not just what panel I'm doing, but what room it's in? I don't have win yet, but it's like, yeah, your panel based on your requirements has to be in this room. It's accepted.
There you go. I just want to know Am I doing panels? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes or
Am I
no?
doing panels? Which ones am I doing?
Yes. That's kind of it. That's it. That's
Like,
kind of it.
like Otakon is supposed to like the reason we're giving this con, which we love, so much shit, is because they're supposed to be the goddamn gold standard,
Well,
and they're slacking.
Oh, there are issues with staffing. Things I've heard. There are issues with staffing. Last year, most of the staff didn't come back, and this year, having the same issue. And they're like, and it's funny because they're like, I don't understand why. And I'm like, I know exactly why. Those same people were never going to come back. I knew this, and I said we should probably do a staff run next year. And they said, no, because we're already almost overstaffed already. And I went, okay, all right, if you say so. What if I'm lucky? They'll remove the mask mandate before I arrive. I don't wear masks anymore to anything, so I'm like, I'm gonna have to go and buy a box of masks before I head down to DC.
The only place I wear a mask now is the hospital.
No, I've been to a hospital twice and no one was wearing one, so I wasn't wearing one.
Well, maybe the Midwest. Maybe in the Midwest it's like we don't care about masks, but there are sick people here.
New Jersey, if you die, you die.
You could die just living there because it's New Jersey.
New Jersey, don't drink the tap water. Wait, does your tap water come from a well? No, don't drink it. Does it come from a well? Does anyone have any cars near you? Don't drink it.
Don't say that to me. I lived in DC. I live in DC. Or I used to live in DC. I remember those water panics. Oh, you have to do something inside the city. Don't drink from a water fountain. Boil the water first. There's no place to boil water. Don't drink the water. Buy bottled water. Make sure it's not Dasani because that's from the local tap. Buy Deer Park or something.
It's just.
I mean, when the freaking Globetrotters come to town, they make fun of DC water being bad.
I believe it. Now, what I find absolutely hilarious about all of this, though, is that Otakon hasn't announced a lot of guests, a lot of anything, really. And I'm just like, I don't know what's going on.
They've announced bands, but I think they've only announced bands because a certain other con that happens that weekend has announced big bands.
I think we have like some K band.
You've got a K-pop group. You've a couple of K-pop groups.
Yeah, like I've looked. I went, oh, that's cool, and I kind of just ignored the rest. And they're just like, why aren't you excited? Go, because I'm not a teenage girl.
Not, pretty much.
Like, what do you, I'm not a teenage girl. I'm a little manly. Like,
you've got some good guests. You've got Steve Blum.
Steve Blum comes like every year, though.
I didn't realize he came every year. I don't follow guests.
That's okay. I at least I feel like he does every year. I've seen him there at least 3 years. Maybe not in a row, but I remember seeing him at least 3 years. Anyway, it's 9:00, so it's time to go. This has been the Geek Posium. We have been pissing and moaning about Otakon because get your shit together, Otakon. Get your shit together.
Yes.
Okay. Shitty Houston Con is kicking your ass, and their staff has no clue what they're doing. So
we know from experience they have no idea what they're doing.
We know, and they're ahead of you. So. With that being said, everyone have a good night.
Have a good night.